I looked at it. I don't think it's something I'd want to try. It's like $6. I was
It's
like,
good.
I was,
I can't
I
tell the
see the
difference.
price, bro. I was like,
I
bitch.
I haven't eaten regular mayo in so long that I probably couldn't even, like my opinion is skewed.
Yeah, I'm a Miracle Whip guy, so I do like mayo, but yeah, I just seen Veganaise and it's like $7.99. Like, bitch, where? I'm not doing that. Oh, peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis,
And I am Nicholas Fletcher.
and you are now tuned in to another episode of Man, Shut Your Goofy Ass Up. That might be my thing. I'm gonna just call it something weird. Yeah. Actually, you were tuned in to another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. The podcast where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. A hip hop based podcast, but we will talk about everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Including some things in our lives and what have you. Maybe that time Nick got tested for an STD recently. Did
I
aced
it.
You aced.
Aced
He
it, bro.
passed his
Clean,
test
yeah,
for
aced
the rigorous hours of studying. Gosh. But today, so we are in the past, guys. This is about a week before you'll hear this episode. But yesterday, the trailer for the new Mortal Kombat movie just dropped. And how are you feeling about it, Nick? What do you think?
Let's dissect it. First initial reaction, very excited.
Yes.
There's enough there that has me totally hooked. That I'm like,
Same here, man.
It looks great, but on the parallel of that, there's also some concerns I have. So
I'm with you.
What's your initial take?
I am very excited. I'm a lifelong MK fan from the very first game till now. I get excited every time one comes out. I honestly don't know of any other fandom or any other, what do you want to say, series, brand that I'm
Franchise?
Franchise. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Any other franchise that I'm this invested in? Like, I mean, Marvel's a close second, but definitely Mortal Kombat, like my whole life, man. So I'm very excited. But I did see a few things in the trailer that, I mean, I'm still going to definitely check it out. I'm still excited for it. But there's a few things. It's like, hold up. What? First thing I saw that I was like, what? Where did that come from? The whole birthmark thing.
Yes, yeah.
What?
It's corny to me.
It's corny, and it's never been a thing anywhere, like at all.
Like you're destined, like your birthmark. And that's the thing is, in the trailer, I think they say that the birthmark means it's an invitation to the tournament.
Yeah,
so
like what?
Like, does everybody have that birthmark?
Like that's
it's in the tournament,
yeah.
Or like what if like some like really unathletically fit, like just scrawny chump had that birthmark? Are they like, sorry, bro, like you gotta go fight Scorpion? Like, I'm sorry.
It was sorry, man. It's happening.
You got the
I'm
you got
sorry.
the birthmark.
You got the birthmark. Goro's been waiting, man. Like you have to, I
don't write the rules, bro.
That's so bizarre. Like, cause wasn't it a thing before? Like I remember it being a thing where they had to actually like almost qualify for the tournament.
Yeah, I feel like my recollection of it is that they like were almost scouted for it.
Yeah,
it was
something like that.
They were just some badass motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they got scouted and was like, hey, like come fight people from the Nether Realm.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah, you're gonna defend Earth. Come on,
yeah, because that's the whole point. They're trying to defend all the realms.
Yeah, all the realms. Yeah, so that's the whole thing is the Mortal Kombat. Whatever realm wins is and so the whole thing with Shao Kahn wasn't he trying to win the tournament and then take over Earth realm if I remember right?
I think so.
I think something like that, but. Yeah, so that part's odd. And then I see they've also changed the story of how Jax lost his arms.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. So how does he originally lose them?
Well, I don't remember how it originally happened. I remember MK9, though. I believe it was Kentaro. You know Kentaro?
Yes, yeah.
Guy, for anybody who's familiar but doesn't know who he is, he kind of looks like Goro, same race, but he's like Tiger Strike, like breathes fire and stuff. But I believe it was him that rips Jax's arms off.
I thought it was Noob.
Was it Noob?
Took his arms.
Oh, you know what?
I feel like it was Noob who took his arms.
Maybe look it up real quick. You might be right. I don't know why I was thinking. Wait, no. You know what I'm thinking of? In that version, didn't Kentaro burn the shit out of Cabal?
Yeah.
That's where I got.
Yeah. I think so.
I think he did the fire
Man,
thing.
I feel like real Mortal Kombat fans, if they're listening, are having like an aneurysm. Like, fuck,
He's a fraud. You don't know what happened. You're a fraud.
this guy's a phony.
He's a phony. A big fat phony. No, I guess so. I
How
mean,
did Jax lose his arms in the games?
yeah. See, and that's the thing. I forget. Like, to be part of a fandom, you got to know every single detail of anything that ever happened.
Right here, according to this, in the comic adaptation of the games, Jax fights Baraka, who uses his blades to nearly sever Jax's arms clean off.
See, I never seen that part, but thinking back, I think you're right about it being Noob and MK9. But
Right, something about Ermac.
Oh, was it Ermac?
It says Mortal Kombat 9 reboot of Mortal. Mortal Kombat 9 was a reboot of 1 through 3.
Yeah.
His arms are ripped off by Ermac.
Oh, it was
later in the
Ermac.
game. Okay, so Ermac ripped him off, and
That sucks.
So it sounds like they retcon it. So I guess
Yeah.
maybe there's multiple ways.
Yeah, that's what it
he's lost
sounds
his
like. So,
arm.
but that one didn't really bother me so much.
Yeah,
man.
that
I was
is-
just
yeah.
like, that's
Dude's gonna get robot arms.
Yeah,
Dope.
it's gonna happen. I get that one, but anything else you saw that had you concerned?
Okay, so obviously the birthmark, Jax's arms was a little sus. Main thing that's bothering me. The main thing is no Johnny Cage and no Katana to be seen or to be like casted on IMDb like for the movie. And it bothers me because I'm a Johnny Cage like fan, huge fan. He used to be my favorite character. I feel like he's the Deadpool of the Mortal Kombat universe. Where,
I can see
like,
that.
It's a lot of seriousness and like, of course, there's some like campiness and cheesiness, but Johnny Cage, like, really well.
He's like comic relief.
Yeah, he was, still a badass.
Yeah,
like,
still whooped some ass. Yeah,
still beat the shit out of Goro and all that. So
he was my guy in like the second Mortal Kombat. I used to go back and forth between him and Liu Kang. But I don't know. Later on, I just got into all the ninjas.
My thing is it's supposed to be a faithful adaptation of the games, fan service, which is confusing just because the original plot of the game, Johnny Cage was one of the fighters, one of the fighters. To protect Earthrealm.
Yeah, the very first game. Yep.
So he was in one of the very first games. Same with Katana. I don't know. Actually, was Katana?
No, she wasn't in the first game. No, she wasn't around till
But that's
number 2.
Liu Kang's woman.
Yeah,
She's
it
important.
is. Yeah,
but also at the same time though, to like
Princess Katana.
to not have Katana but have Melina.
Yeah, that makes it because she's a clone.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm pretty sure she is. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, she's like something like that.
Like
I
an
think
experiment.
something.
Bro, I feel like Mortal Kombat fans have to hate us.
Oh gosh, any real? I guess we're not real fans.
We're not real fans. We're like soft Mortal Kombat fans.
We're posers.
But But the other thing in parallel with that is this new character, Cole.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I just don't get why you have a franchise.
A franchise.
That's how you say franchise. This franchise. But why you have like a franchise that has so many cool characters, and not only that, but iconic ones, and you had to make up a new one for the movie.
I thought that was bizarre too. Like, cause you think about the roster and like Armageddon, and then they've added like another 30 people since then.
It's wild, bro.
Like there's so many characters,
and I'm sure that they're going to like put little Easter eggs and spoilers and after credit scenes that like lead up to what's going to come. And for all we know, Johnny Cage makes an appearance at some point.
That's true.
But I just don't see how he couldn't be a crucial component.
Exactly.
To the movie.
Yeah.
And also, they're going to have to retcon the story because it seems like they're making this Cole guy like the main character, which used to be, in my opinion, Liu Kang's spot.
Yeah,
Liu Kang was like the main hero.
Main protagonist.
Yeah, he was the main protagonist. And now Liu Kang, like even in the trailer, doesn't even have like really any showcase moments. Like he makes the dragon.
Yeah, that was cool. But he does seem like he's like kind of a background player.
Yeah. So those are my grievances.
I would say I agree with pretty much everything you said. I don't know. I was stuck on that birthmark thing. Like, that threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
But other than that, still very excited to watch this movie. Maybe we ought to do a little something for. Are they playing it in theaters?
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be theaters and HBO Max.
Theaters.
I say we watch it together.
Yeah.
And then review it. Should we do spoiler-free review? I don't think so. I think we should. No, we'll do spoilers, but like emphasize and Mortal Kombat review spoilers. But
that'd be dope.
So not to be sour, I'm going to talk about the things I'm excited for.
Yes.
One, visually, it looks dope, bro.
Amazing.
Bro, it looks dope. I'm really excited to see, especially so Scorpion and Sub-Zero, that whole rivalry, that little clip of them fighting like in that dojo.
So dope, man.
And
So dope.
yeah, just that looks cool, and even the part where Jax tries to shoot him and he freezes the bullet, and then he like slowly watches the bullet travel through the ice, and and then breaks homie's arms off. Like that was cool.
And then you pointed out that it was actually, I thought it was Shang Tsung, but you pointed out that it was Scorpion before he dies. But that was pretty. That he was kicking ass with the hooks
just the rope on the spear on a rope.
Yeah. He was kicking ass there, man. But I'm wondering because, like we were saying, Quan Chi like resurrects Scorpion.
And see that's exactly because
so, like,
in this movie, Scorpion is like. We're gonna see him get killed by Sub-Zero's clan.
Yeah, his original name was like Hanzo.
Hanzo, I think so.
Hanzo Hasashi or something like that. But and obviously, so I mean, that's obviously gonna be a thing too, where you see that happen, and I wonder if it's gonna be some kind of transformation or how or maybe they
in the games he can take his like. He can breathe fire out of a skull. And
he takes his mask off and it's just skull. I always thought that was weird. Like no eyes, nothing, just skull. Yeah,
just like his eyes are just like a Halloween costume.
My eyes
are a skull. Actually,
my eyes are over there at my mask. Could you
pass my eyes over to me, please? Get over here.
But yeah, no, Scorpion's dope. If you had to pick 3 of your favorite Mortal Kombat characters,
so I'm gonna go with Jax.
Okay.
He immediately comes to mind. Johnny Cage. I'm gonna have to say Johnny Cage. I really do like Johnny Cage. And that third spot's gonna be hard, man. Man, the top 3, you put me in a tough position. I'm just gonna go what came to my mind first.
Came to mind.
And I'm gonna say Reptile.
Oh, Reptile's a good one.
Yeah.
I would say my 3. Scorpion, I absolutely love Scorpion. Always have. Raiden would be number 2. Raiden's a badass.
Oh, bro,
man.
He's Thunder God, bro. He's
Thunder God. I don't think he gets enough credit. And then 3rd, I would just pick. I already picked a ninja, but I love all the ninjas to be honest with you. But I would probably go with Ermac, man.
Oh, bro, I should have said Smoke. Smoke
was dope too. But Ermac, the fact that he's like made up of thousands of souls and could do all this crazy stuff. He's amazing. I'd like to see him in a movie too and see what they could do with him. But
I'm hoping the movie is successful because the way like streaming and movie world is going, that. It would be cool to that universe to open up, absolutely. Like to see that, like almost like an MCU version of Mortal Kombat, like that.
I guarantee you, man. Even if it's a bad movie, that first week is gonna be huge for it. I guarantee.
Well, and even I guarantee we might actually. I'm sure it'll happen really quickly after it releases. But somebody's gonna do a YouTube video of all the Easter eggs, which will hint at the future. Like there's probably gonna be Easter eggs where it's gonna be like, oh, this is relates to Ermac in some way, or Quan Chi's palace, or something.
Oh yeah, that's
going to be all sorts of stuff like that.
So that'll be cool.
One thing, speaking of Reptile, in the trailer, I don't know if you paid this close attention to it, but it looks like Kano rips the heart out of like a reptile type creature.
Oh really?
But it doesn't look like it doesn't. It looks so off to me that it doesn't look like it would be Reptile himself.
Okay.
But like maybe one of his like.
Yeah, the Saturnian or whatever it calls his race,
whatever, one of his race, but it's not a human on that. When it does those little fast cuts of the finish him, whatever, which is again, you want to talk about the pros of the trailer. That was dope.
Oh man, amazing.
But yeah, it looked like he ripped the heart out of a reptile-looking creature. So
yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I haven't. The last time I was this excited for something was probably MK11, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Obviously, Know-It-All Dad isn't going to approve of my knowledge, but you're not a real MK fan.
If you can't tell me all 7 ways Jax lost his arms, then get out of here.
But yeah, I've loved MK my whole life, bro. Like, as far back as I can remember, I remember being like 5 maybe. And by the time I was 5, I think Mortal Kombat 2 was out. 2 or 3, I can't remember. But the first one I ever played was the original.
Same. The original MK is one of my most prominent memories when it comes to gaming. I remember being at my aunt's house and all my older cousins playing it and me just watching. And I even remember like I remember that I can hear the music in my head, the maps, like the arenas that you fight in, or not the arenas, but like the areas you fight in and stuff like.
Oh,
yeah.
you know what? No, I actually MK2 was the first one I ever played. Now that I think about it, and then I remember I played MK2 first, and the roster was bigger. And I went to one, and I was like, "Where's the rest of the people?"
Yeah,
what is this?
These guys,
6 people? What is this? So, but no, man, I absolutely grew up with the franchise. The only game I wasn't in love with throughout was probably Deadly Alliance.
Yeah, I don't
Not
Did
my
you ever
favorite.
play they had like a Sub-Zero game that was like one player? Did you
Yeah, I had that on. I had that on PlayStation.
Yeah, that was a cool game.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. It was hard though. I remember like I would play it and just be stuck on one part forever. And then they had like what's unanimously ranked as one of the worst games of all time. This game called Mortal Kombat Special Forces, where
That's
it's like
my favorite.
And Jax is the main character in that. But I guess it's
oh my god! I remember this game. You just triggered like a
unlock the memory.
Yeah, man! Holy crap! Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It came out in like 2000, I think. But it's just panned.
Just
critically panned.
Like just to get something out, just like a cookie cutter, just like here you
Yeah,
go.
it's like, here's a game with a guy. He's from Mortal Kombat.
Here he is. Buy my product. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think we should just go ahead and call it a plan that we'll watch it together and then review it, and we'll either go to the theater together. Or
Will there be cocaine?
Yes, yeah.
I'm not coming then because I don't do cocaine. Anyway, cocaine is
there's whatever you want. Before you come over, I'll send you like a menu.
I'm not in.
I'll have my guy Javier.
A menu of narcotics. Here's the narcotics.
You want some Hoosker Doos?
What the fuck? All right.
I'll take 6 cocaines, please.
Wow, so being that this is the world's worst transition, but being that you're a white rapper, let's talk about white rappers.
You really worked.
Let's talk about white rappers.
Okay.
My friend Nick is a white rapper, so we're gonna talk about white rappers.
Okay, so first off, we're gonna find out how much Jay hates me and as a white rapper. He's gonna come clean today. You all get to hear it.
These are my confessions.
But the reason I brought up to Jay earlier this evening to touch on the topic of white rappers, because hip hop was primarily it was started in the black community.
Yes, absolutely. Primarily, yes.
It is 100%. Not even close to primarily. It was that's one thing we can talk about one day is go to the roots, how it all started, and the cool little things like that. But anyway, so Yellow Wolf and rapper Kasky, both white rappers, dropped a new album last night. Technically today, new album. It's Yellow Wolf Black Sheep.
Yeah.
And I played Jay the first song, the intro to it, and you just tell me what you thought of the intro.
I thought it was incredible, man.
Yeah, fire,
a dope
bro.
beat. They're riding the beat phenomenally. I just was into it instantly. As soon as the beat drops, I'm like, yes, more of this. Absolutely will go on my gym playlist for sure.
Yeah, they killed it. So I've listened to the album now front to back twice, and the entire thing is just, they killed it. They just, it feels really organic. It's just it doesn't feel like some kind of major label was give us hits. That they were just I'm just going to rap dope to dope beats and do my thing. And it just turned out really organic. Super dope album.
I like that. I feel like as a white rapper, you just need to be dope. Don't try to fit into what people are doing.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Don't try to look like you're a part of the culture. Just rap, be good at it, and shit. Hell yeah. Take a guy like Russ. He's extremely popular and
he's white.
Yeah, he's white.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that. And he's dope too.
Yeah, I like Russ.
Did you hear his most recent thing he dropped where he had Royce on it, and he had, I think, Black Thought was on one of the tracks? He killed it, bro.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I've only heard a handful of songs of his, but I'm like, this dude is skilled.
Yeah.
But then you got a Post Malone who's kind of got his own. I don't care for him, but he's kind of got his own lane, And I'm like, that guy seems like he's being authentically him,
genuine,
So I respect, but I don't like it when you're trying to just look like everybody else
and sound like everybody
and
else.
sound like everybody else.
Yeah,
like,
my thing.
I think uniqueness in general. That goes for whether you're white or whatever.
Yeah, in hip hop in general.
In general,
because anybody can write a wave. Like, anybody's gonna write a wave. My thing is, as a white rapper, ironically, I'm even like more critical on white rappers. I don't know why.
Oh, look at this white. Another white.
But I just think it's really, really, really easy for a white dude in hip hop, and especially somebody who, like, say, we'll just take a certain type of rapper, the white rapper whose favorite rappers are all white rappers.
Yeah.
That guy's probably gonna sound corny as fuck.
Yeah.
Just being honest, like that.
Yeah,
it's really easy for a white boy to sound corny as a rapper. It's super easy to me.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like that guy NF.
Did you hear his new song he just dropped? No. He dropped one. It was actually pretty dope.
Was it?
Yeah, he was pretty fun.
I just know one of my coworkers was playing a song by him, and he's like, "Put me in a room full of rappers. Come back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be the only one still alive with a note on my chest saying I did it." Bro, when I heard that, I was like, "Shut your bitch ass up!"
No, and NF is
No,
one.
I was just like, your
me-
delivery's good,
Yeah,
but
for me, a rapper like NF, he teeters on like corny to like dope. Like he dropped one the other day, and somebody shared it and was like, it was on a group that I have on Facebook, and they were like, "Wow, this came out of nowhere. Like NF killed this." So I went and listened, and I was pleasantly surprised actually. I was like, "Yeah, he's spazzed out."
I mean, I don't think I think he's got some talent, but I know my introduction to him was like, "Calm down, bro. Like, relax." Like,
and so there's like, and mind you, for being hypercritical on white rappers, there's a bunch that I think are super dope, and I'm like YoH is one, bro. YoH is in the high ranks of my tier.
That's crazy.
High ranks, bro.
That's crazy.
I don't know how much you listen to, like, or if you've heard like much of his like entire catalog.
I don't like whites, but
now it's out. You guys heard it first here.
except the women's. I'm just kidding. Relax. No, Yellow Wolf is dope, man. He has some amazing concepts. The first song I heard of him, this was like 2012 or something. I forget what that song was. It's like a club song. But I heard that, and then I heard like Best Friend and Till It's Gone. Yeah. Till It's Gone is such a phenomenal song.
What I loved about YoH Wolf.
Oh, and what's that one where he says, "I'm too rock for hip hop, too hip hop for rock and roll, too city for rednecks, too country or too redneck for country." I can't remember how it goes, but it's a dope song too.
Yeah, what I like about him, YoH Wolf in particular, and why he's one of my favorites, is when he first came out. I remember like vividly that it was like a big thing that Eminem signed a white rapper. Yeah. That everybody's like, oh, and almost like, of course the media right away was like his protege, like the white boy is gonna, whatever.
The whites are taking over hip hop.
So he did his first album, and like pleasantly surprised because he was a Southern rapper. Yeah. Who, if you listen to his first album that he did with Shady, Radioactive, like his first like studio debut album, because I think he did Trunk Music before that. But once I listened to both those CDs, I was like, oh, this is actually a lyricist. Like, this isn't like a Southern, like, he can do both. It was like a guy that he would have these club hits, like the Wild Boys and stuff, and like with and all that stuff. Like, or not with Steve-O. Well,
Steve-O? Who was it?
I think MGK.
That was MGK. Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, so he had those songs, and like, but then he also could just lyrically tear it up. But then I remember just like out of nowhere, he just kind of got quiet for a while. And I was at one of my other jobs, and my boss was like, "Hey man, have you heard YoH Wolf's new CD?" And at the time, not a big fan. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I haven't." He's like, "Yeah, it's called Love Story." He goes, "It's really cool." He goes, "It's basically like the perfect fusion of country, rock, and rap." And my first thought was gay.
Ew.
Yeah, literally, I was like, "That sounds, like not doesn't sound cool to me." And like me being a rapper and him knowing it, and also being white rapper, he was like, "You should listen to him."
But you're a white.
You're a white.
He's a white.
He's one of yours. Like, come on.
We should do a counter for how many times I've said the word white.
White. Ding, 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 ding. So anyway, he burns it for me. The CD, brings it to work. And one day I'm in the car, and I'm just like, I'll check it out. And I put it in, and classic album. This thing, he was right. He fuses country, rock, and hip hop, but it's a hip hop album, and it's, to me, as an artist, how you how you fuse your art.
Well, yeah, I do feel like hip hop
just-
is a
well,
manifestation
of
of
everything,
all the music. So you know, I get that.
He just did it so well, and I was just hyper impressed, and that's what made me like a fan of his. And then it was cool to find out the story behind it. Basically, is Radioactive didn't do well sales wise, like it didn't move a lot. So I guess he like went up to like I think Tennessee or Nashville or something like that. And M just gave him full creative freedom. M was like, "Do you create your album? Like, no record execs like leaning over you and telling you what to make or whatever." And he made it, and that's where he came up with like "Best Friend," "Till It's Gone," like all these. Because that's "Best Friend" is on that album.
Okay.
"Till It's Gone" is on that album.
Till
Yeah,
It's Gone
Love
is
Story is a
so
classic.
dope to
And
me,
then
man.
going forward, he like recently put out a CD called "Ghetto Cowboy," which super like it's more country rap, like it's but so dope. But then he puts out a project with Kasky, this new one, and it's super hip hop. That you're like, bro, this guy can do like whatever he wants.
He's a talented guy.
So him, and then G-Eazy is another dude I think still.
G-Eazy's he's decent. I think he's good, but he can cross that line for corny.
Yeah,
I did recently hear a song. You remember that song, "Return of the Mac"? Return of the Mac. I know you heard that in the bar or something before.
I feel like I probably have.
It came out in the 90s, but he like redid that with the original guy and Chris Brown, and it's dope, man. I like it.
Who's the other pretty big white dude right now?
Right now,
What's his name? I was about to Google it. How do you Google?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, that's who it is. Zach Galifianakis. He kills it.
White tub.
No, but yeah. So my opinion, just to conclude on this topic, I think that as a white rapper myself, and you, I'm sure you can like bear witness to this.
Yeah, I'm also a white rapper.
Yeah,
also being a white
real
rapper.
mature Rondell. The black delegation request Eminem. Now wait.
I'm gonna have to watch that tonight. But no, go ahead. What were you saying, man?
You can hopefully bear witness to the fact that I, as a white rapper, I pay massive respect to the culture.
Yeah.
And I am a student of the game.
Absolutely.
You could.
Bro, you are into rappers before either of our time. Like I know you be listening to like Rakim and stuff like
bro,
that.
I'm talking. Yeah, I go.
Like,
I go back. Like you are one of the very few people, aside from like my like close friends that I rap with, that I've been doing it for so long, that I can have a hip hop conversation about like bringing up Rakim in the topic or something like that, or like talking about like Jay-Z and Nas even, and like that whole history and just all those things, like, and Big Daddy Kane, like like for me as a white rapper,
different eras.
For when I got into as a white rapper, I felt like it was kind of like the bar was to respect the culture just in general. I mean,
absolutely,
like it was just. And to me, respecting the culture was learning about it. So when I started rapping, I'll never forget, bro.
I appreciate that.
True story. I'll never forget. Super young, really early on to like my personal like rap career and all that. Graffiti Records, back in the day when it was really something. You remember Graffiti Records?
Yeah, I do. I remember getting T-shirts.
Yeah. So Graffiti Records, Charles. Shout out to Charles. I remember going in there and just through listening to the rap that I'd heard at the moment. Because mind you, being a white kid in Wyoming, hip hop was not like, we were not the demographic that was getting hit. Like we were not yet. Like for me to learn about Rakim, I had to do like some research. And what I did basically is I took the rappers that I did like, which admittedly was like Shady, Aftermath, G Unit, like all those people at the time.
Yeah.
And I would hear them mention a rapper like in a song to pay homage. And I went to Graffiti and I had Charles order me a bunch of CDs. He got me like Tupac CDs. He got me Biggie CDs, Big Pun CDs, the Wu-Tang CDs. Wow. And I remember he special ordered them. And like it was, to me, it was like a student getting his textbooks. Like I went and started listening to him, bro. And so that was my personal thing. And
sounds like you might like hip hop a little bit.
I mean, I'm kind of obsessed with it.
But
so again, just to conclude, that's my position. I think that there's a place in hip hop for any walk of life.
Anybody,
period.
where you from. And that's another thing I'm going to touch on real quick, because we live in a small town, people. Anybody who may not be where we live and is listening to this, we live in a small town. A lot of people's mindsets are like 50 years behind the rest of the
Yeah.
country.
You're not, and unfortunately, you're not kidding. At
So
all,
I
man.
remember a couple years ago, I was at my job, a couple white dudes, and one of them said something jokingly about becoming a rapper, and it was like, "Oh, you can't be no rapper." Another white guy's, "No, you can't be no rapper." It's like, how you gonna be a white rapper? And one dude's like, Eminem's really successful, blah blah blah. I was like, bro, there's like 40 other successful white rappers.
a bunch.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, you ain't no gangster, you can't. It's like,
yeah.
bro, you don't have to be no thug.
Yeah.
Like, look at a dude like J. Cole. Look at a dude like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
Neither of these guys were thugs. Like Kendrick Lamar, especially, he was more on the side of, seeing the stuff around him.
Yes, yeah.
And trying to keep his head on straight. And then, we got a guy like Currency. Like, he's a mellow dude, don't act hard, don't do nothing. Like, you just be authentically you. Don't do no gimmicks.
I was just listening to shout out Dr. Dre, his birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legend. Happy birthday to Dr. Dre.
I was listening to the Chronic, and he has a line on there where he says, "I'm not a thug," or something like that. And there, where I'm just like, a lot of rappers even back then were like openly being like, "Yo, I'm not trying." That doesn't have to be the bar,
Yeah.
And of course, like that is part of hip hop. It's like kind of ingrained, because like it was.
So while we're briefly going to speak on the legendary Dr. Dre, I would like to, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it was his birthday yesterday, and something I discovered just a couple years ago. I didn't know this for a long time, but so he came out with an album called The Chronic 2001, right? Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
You had to think like that's not Dr. Dre. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I for some reason I heard for some reason I first heard 2009. So I was
2001.
Like, wait. Yeah, I thought you said 9.
Chronic
I was like, wait, did I miss an entire album?
So he dropped that album, and I thought it was weird that it came out in '99, and he called it Chronic 2001.
Yeah.
Like, cause like, why not at least call it Chronic 2000? That makes more sense. Well, there's a reason he didn't call it Chronic 2000, because as it was about to drop, Suge Knight found out about it and dropped a compilation and unreleased music thing called The Chronic 2000. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. He's
Suge was sale. You want to talk about hip hop? Now that's a bad dude.
A bad dude, just brutal.
Yeah.
And then also,
you hear about quick note, Suge Knight. He one time Vanilla Ice. I guess they shook him down, took him to a balcony or some crazy shit.
Yeah, to have him sign over the rights to one of the songs.
Yeah.
And then also Suge Knight did this, and I think this was 2000 or 2001. So by this time, Snoop Dogg had severed ties with Death Row years before. Mm-hmm. He was signed with Master P, flourishing, had a good album out. Mm-hmm. Suge Knight dropped the album of Snoop Dogg's with unreleased tracks, and on the cover it has this blurry. I don't know if it was actually Snoop or somebody who just kind of looked like him because you couldn't see his face clearly. Mm-hmm. But it was some dude dressed in all red. And it was like Snoop Dogg, Dead Man Walking. And yeah, man.
Bro.
Yeah, it was just like.
I
remember seeing a commercial for that, being like, what?
And let's just quickly even speak on the fact that, dude, didn't he run somebody over and kill him?
That's why he's never going to get out of jail.
Yeah,
he was trying to, they were filming straight out of Compton, and he somehow made his way to the set. I don't know if. I think they said he had an issue with the way he was being portrayed or something in the movie, but yeah, he made his way there and ran somebody over. There was footage of it too.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
crazy, but anyway, happy birthday to Dr. Dre, a legend who
shares a birthday with who?
Juelz Santana.
That's right.
Juelz dip Santana set. But I'm sorry, I didn't have to do that.
We have Juelz in the studio today.
Juelz, hey, but that was terrible. But no, Juelz was dope, man. I always wonder what happened that he didn't become bigger than he was, because I feel like he had all the criteria.
Right.
He had the popularity. He could give you a good crossover record. Girls liked him. He could rap his ass off. So many mixtape fire ass songs. So I don't know what he's well rounded. I don't know what happened that he didn't.
It's whatever it takes.
Happy birthday, Juelz. You're a legend, man.
Yeah. Happy birthday, fellas.
Happy birthday.
If you guys are listening right now.
Happy birthday. If y'all listening like the other 12 people.
that's part of our 12 people audience.
Oh,
Two of our 12. It's like my mom, your mom, a couple of our buddies, and Dre and Joel.
Yeah, just Dr. Dre and Joel Santana. You know, that's it. They might check out the show tonight.
Just this will be the one. Could you imagine though?
Oh man,
if we got like a retweet,
I might.
Dr. Dre, shut
I might faint. Oh gosh.
So, next segment, random topic, random fact.
Random factoid.
Random fact. It's mine today. Now I should have done more research on it before I came in here.
Yeah,
to
what
lead
the
with
fuck?
But just bear with me. So here's the thing, okay? So recently, my wife.
You got a wife?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Man.
Polygamy.
Gotcha.
It's dope. Super
Polygamy.
Cool. You get one for everything, you know. Bro, if we blew up on a massive scale, I could just imagine.
Yeah.
But I feel like
where's she at in the kitchen? She belongs in the kitchen.
You know what I say? No, we are very respectful to ladies.
We love the ladies. I mean, is it fair you can love, respect, and cherish women as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And still want to do nasty things to them? I mean, is that okay?
Like that.
Can I say that?
Yo, bro, that's yin and yang. That is balance. You're
Thank
talking
you.
balance right now.
Thank you.
So quickly, back to my original topic of my life.
Your wife.
So for Valentine's Day,
your wife.
From me, she wanted to buy herself, or I guess us for the family, because we've been talking it for a while, but an air fryer, like a fryer thing.
Oh, yeah, I need
it does.
that.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's upstairs. I don't know if you saw it upstairs.
I didn't see it.
It's what I cooked the corn dogs, the vegan corn dogs I was eating.
Vegan.
What is a vegan corn dog even made of? I should really research that.
Yeah.
It can't be grosser than a regular corn dog.
Nah, I can't. No, because that's like pig ears and stuff. So
yeah, pretty much whatever's left over from the pig, they're just like grind it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she buys this fryer. Well, the reason why is because just the way the internet kind of lets you reach out and you have like insight on any topic in today's era.
Of course.
She saw a thing on microwaves and how they're actually can be bad for you because they're emitting like microwaves and like just the whole.
They are emitting microwaves.
Yeah. Anyway, but just and honestly, it could people listening they could be like, oh, Nick's one of those guys.
Save the planet, man.
People, but I mean, I am one of those guys, admittedly. But
go green, man.
But I also walk the line. But she bought it, and I just out of curiosity, I started kind of looking into like microwaves and stuff. And a microwave, it was not like a scientist didn't invent a microwave to invent a microwave.
Yeah, no, we talked about that.
Did we already talk about this?
Yeah, we talked about the melting dude's shoes.
We talked about it on the podcast?
Yeah, we did.
So my random fact. Did we?
Yes, we did.
We did talk about,
like you didn't have it as a random fact, but I think.
I didn't have it as random. It was the Kellogg's Day. We were talking about.
It might have been, but I don't know. Whatever it was, you had brought that up when I was talking about. So that was your random fact.
It was, man. I had it loaded. I was excited. Random fact.
Titty sprinkles.
I was about to bring up something that I think I brought up last time as well.
Butthole pleasures.
So my random fact is that a lot of things in science weren't made for their original purpose.
Yes.
We talked about with the chainsaw thing.
Those dirty hands. Do you want to kill yourself with me? I'm sorry, bro.
I don't have another random fact loaded up, so I'm gonna just take the loss this week.
Oh, wah, wah,
my next random fact is gonna be amazing, though.
I'm sorry, man. Should I have to just let you say that? Because I mean,
no. I'm glad you stopped me.
Okay.
Because that would have really been even more embarrassing if I would have just went into a tangent on microwaves.
Hey, you said that already. You guys said that the last episode. What's this guy on? So basically, I need to hold you accountable.
Yes, always.
For you saying such things.
Absolutely.
And speaking of holding you accountable, let's talk about the importance of accountability.
Yes.
So,
yes, that's
accountability. Accountability.
I think it's important because a guy like me, I am stubborn, bro. I hold grudges like bad judges. Like I'm a stubborn dude.
I get that. Yeah, because I get that. Yeah.
So it's really easy for me to.
Is that why we stopped being friends for like 10 years?
Yeah, basically. You
But
don't
what did
remember,
I even do?
You don't remember what happened?
No.
You want me to just air it out right
Don't
here in front of everybody, bro?
What are you gonna say?
Okay, you might not remember, but you made my girlfriend, who I was with for like 20 years, cheat on me. You knocked her up. She left me for you.
Yeah.
And then you ended up robbing my house, and you kicked me in the face. And then I remember I was playing Mario, and I was really far on it, and I had a save file, and you deleted my save file.
Oh, so that was the.
And
the
then
straw
honestly, all that was pretty like whatever passable.
Yeah.
But when you burnt my house down, that's when I was like, bro, like
Friends, things
like-
happen, man. Let it go, bro. You got a nice house now.
if that wouldn't have,
You got a nice.
that other house sucked,
We're
bro.
living better now. No, but the importance of accountability, man. I feel like in order to learn and grow with just about anything, you gotta take accountability. Like I remember at my job last year, it was about a year ago. We had this one guy, man, who was for those who don't know, my job, I wear a lot of hats. I'm a locomotive engineer. I weld and do a lot of different things like that. So one important part of our job is welding. And one guy who got hired on, he was supposed to be a certified welder and all this, talk a big game, all this. Couldn't weld to save his life, bro. Couldn't weld to save his life. And anytime he messed something up, it was just like he didn't admit he messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had what's called a cutting torch. So it's got like holes in it where the flames come out of so you can cut stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I let him use it and he got it all clogged up and got steel in it and stuff. And I'm like, bro, don't use my torch no more. You messed it up. He's like, I didn't mess it up. It's not messed up. I'm like, bro, I'm cleaning it out right now. You telling me
It is messed
You're
in.
telling me this isn't happening right now? Like, and the guy was annoying anyway. But I think, like, you know, at my job, a lot of people have a hard time learning certain things at my job because it can be difficult.
I can only imagine, bro. Like that's
I had a hard time
super
for a while.
intricate, like super. Yeah, there's
I've been out
lot
there.
of things that have to go right.
Oh yeah, and I've been out there for 10 years, man. And it's taking me a while to really get decent at the job. But so I understood. I wasn't.
And you're still not good at it.
Yeah, thank you. To hell with you. but no, he ended up getting the boot. But it was just like, man, nobody's tripping off the fact that you're having a hard time with stuff and you ruin things. We expect that because you're new. You don't know yet. It's the fact that you can't own up to it, man.
Yeah.
Like that's annoying.
That's what I would bring up, bro. A huge annoyance to me.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
I do not like it. And
So I think accountability is hyper important. Where I've really, in the past 2 years especially, been like taking it into like massive consideration and like self-reflection.
Yes.
Is in my relationship with my wife, but that extends to like, I guess I
Y'all
don't want to say
have a
relationship. It's decent.
relationship.
I mean, you did obviously apparently knock her up and steal her from me for my house now, but like otherwise we get along fine. But so I guess I shouldn't have said relationship.
Marriage?
No, ships.
Oh, ships.
Ships, because I used to be very bad at that. You know, like I'd be the guy that, say my wife would get mad at me for like, hey, like this, or this, and I'd be like, well, it's because of this, and this. Like, what about
if you didn't?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was really, and then also with that, like, is owning my business. So 3 years into being a business owner, still pretty fresh, dude. I'm still as a owner, a boss, I'm like a manager, and like
boss,
like being in charge of a whole bunch of different things and all that. It's to this day a learning process, and it took a while for me to accept that. So like when I would have a client or like a guardian or something like that, and would be like, hey, this isn't going how I want it to, I'm upset. I used to always try to spin this, like I'd be like, oh well, it's only not going like that because of this, opposed to being like, hey, like you're right, I can fix that. Like I'm sorry it's not going the way you want. But I will work on it immediately. Like instead of just having a reason why it's not going right, being like, you're right, like I can step up, I can do better here, and it's almost like a weight off my chest. Like it's better to be accountable.
So much better.
Yeah.
Like especially again, like with my job, like You know, you got me saying the word like every
Yes!
fucking no. But you know, accountability. Like if you have even being there as long as I have, like sometimes things get screwed up. Sometimes you might misread a work order or something and do the wrong thing. But I just as soon as I realize it happened, I go and tell the boss like, "Hey, man, I messed up. It said this, but I actually did this."
Yeah.
You know, and because of that, they trust me.
Yeah.
You know, so they know I'm not gonna blame something on
exactly.
somebody
And
else.
that's like the fact that they can you own up to whatever you did. That they're not like why once you do that at any point when you are truthful with them, they're not gonna be like why would they think you're lying?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. And how you were talking about relationships, my last real long-term relationship ended badly, which is a story
How
I made.
is Dave doing?
I may tell that story on here one day, but so that thing ended, and you know, with that situation, one thing I always kept in my mind that I learned from this woman was she had said early on when we started seeing each other that initially in relationships a lot of the times one person's feelings are stronger than the others, and I think for the majority of that relationship her feelings were stronger than mine, and then towards the tail end mine were stronger than hers, and that's kind of partially how things went south and ended with us. But yeah, man, it was just when things ended the way they did, I was devastated for a while, bro. Like, you know, I was really hurt for some time, like, and but I looking back, I almost feel like the shocked Pikachu meme. It's like like me doesn't listen to girl, hurts her feelings, makes her cry. Girl leaves me.
What? Why would you do this?
Yeah, like
to me?
I was kind of trash to her. So I mean, you know, the way things ended wasn't ideal. But you know, looking back, I'm like, I understand it. You know, and you know what helped me get over that situation, Nicholas?
The gym.
Sluts. Being promiscuous with all the sluts and the whipping ladies. No, I'm kidding. I swear some people think that's really how my mind works. Some people think I'm just a dog out here. But no, in all seriousness, man, accountability. And that's really what helped. It's like, yo, I was not like she gave me signs of things I could have did better back then, and I just was kind of like, you gonna be.
Oh,
here.
I'm guilty of
You know,
having
so.
it told flat out to my face in the past and being like, hey, like fix this, like this, or this is going to continue to happen to me. Like just like I think a lot of people are guilty of in the moment being like, okay, I'll fix it, and then like going back to their old ways.
Absolutely.
I think accountability is not going back to your old ways.
Exactly.
You know? Or the accountability of like being like fully transparent, like oh, this is me, like and like in either I'm gonna actively work on it or like
I'm gonna tell any woman I'm with, hey, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah, that's like the every white girl quote on Facebook.
I hate that so much. I hate it. It's like, girl, get out, girl, go to hell. You don't deserve me. If you can't handle me when I'm on meth and jerking dudes off for $5,
if you can't handle me when I cheated on you with your best friend.
Yeah, if you can't handle me when you caught me getting tag team in a college dorm, well, no, I always thought that was good. But yeah, that whole situation, man, like, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a sensitive person, but I don't know, heartbreak for me, it takes me a while to get over that sort of stuff. And I think actually being able to look within myself and see like, yo, you like basically caused this a long time ago. Like, you're the reason you're feeling like this because of how you did her, you know? So, you know. And
in the same vein of that conversation, one of kind of like you brought up about your friend or the guy you work with.
Yeah. That ain't my damn friend.
Well, does he listen to the podcast?
No, he's weird, man. A strange guy.
But anyway,
bad hygiene. Smokes a lot of cigarettes.
Well,
sounds like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
What do you mean? I didn't mess it up. What?
So that perfectly brings us into the next thing I'd like to talk about, and that is pet
smoking
peeves.
cigarettes. I don't smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes for like 12 years, bro.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Did I miss that era?
No, you would see.
Really?
Yeah. We weren't hanging out heavily during this time, but
wow.
yeah, man, I quit cold turkey though, and I'm proud of that.
Well, what'd you do with cigarettes?
What do you mean?
You said you quit cold turkey. I don't care about
Dad jokes. You know what I've been doing lately, bro? I've been taking "that's what she said" things, like making "that's what she said" jokes, but like making them wholesome. Like at work the other day, one of my coworkers, Jaron. Shout out to you, Jaron, my dude. That dude.
Shout out, Jaron.
Yeah, he's like he's been my mentor over the years, man. He's taught me so much, but he's a good guy. But so we had to do these write up things the other day at work, and he had the clipboard. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just put your write up sheet under mine. Put yours under mine. I'm like, yeah, that's what she said. As she neatly folded our laundry. So I think that's going to be my thing. Take it. That's what she said.
I like it.
I think it's hilarious. But anyways, so I'm sorry, bro.
But, biggest pet peeves.
Well, we kind of had to do that because your random fact was a bust this week.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty. But here's the thing. Let me just tell you that you segued beautifully.
Thank you.
The self-conscious person in me is like, man, I blew it.
No.
I blew the random fact.
Oh,
and
damn.
you know what's funny? Because now, once you told me that we talked about the microwave thing, it like flashed back to my mind. Because it was when we were talking about the cornflakes being anti-masturbatorial aid, whatever. I remember we were talking about, it brought up like the topics of like things being invented for like,
and like stuff being accident.
Yeah, accident and whatever. And I remember now. I remember being like, "Oh yeah, the guy walked past the microwave with the shoes on," and so now. But you saved us.
Save us, Bastion. Save us.
But so pet peeves. One of my biggest ones. One you already brought up is this gentleman you work with. I have a really.
Well, I don't work with him no more. He got the boot. But okay.
Well, people like him. I hate people who can't admit their faults, or there's always a reason that like, or a Mr. Know-it-all, like, so one of those type of people.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
Well, yeah, that you'll like say you'll be at the gym and they'll be doing like say their form wrong, and they're doing their form wrong at the gym, and you'll be like, hey, like you need to squat like this, like you need your like this be parallel, whatever, and then no, I know, I used to do this, but and then there's a reason why they're doing it differently.
I
it's
remember.
always like, I know, you know.
This one guy he was at my job. This is probably 9 years ago, but he was like, so we got to drive forklifts. We lift a lot of heavy stuff, so we got to drive forklifts, and. I was like, oh, so why don't you go ahead and drive on that forklift? You know how to drive a forklift? He was like, oh, I used to, but I forgot how to do it.
She's like, no, I don't.
No, it's fine. I didn't know how to drive one when I started. Like, it's fine.
Like, I will show you.
I used to, but, not anymore. Once upon a time, I did.
Yeah. No, I think that is something because it falls again on the same line of like, just like the gym situation. I said you could just be like, thank you, hey, thanks.
Exactly.
Like, you're right.
See, I don't interfere. Other people in the gym, man, I don't interfere unless I see somebody about to hurt themselves.
Yeah. Me too, because there's some people who will rub the wrong way. You want to know how I learned how important form is at the gym and the most embarrassing public form possible. Okay, this is years ago. So I'm working out at Anytime Fitness in the mall. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And me and some of my buddies sign up for a bench press contest that they put on. They took all their bench press stuff and put it in the middle of the mall. Now, anybody who's not from Rock Springs, Wyoming, listening right now, our town is like a town you'd see in a sitcom, like tiny little local mall.
Like 25,000 people.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, super small, and this like little lame local mall, and they have the bench press set up in the middle, and just a crowd is forming around watching. Well, they have two different types of contests. You can do max, so just heavy weight, or you can rep your own body weight. So I've only been going to the gym for just like, I don't even think a year at this point, and had no proper guidance or structure in the gym. So I just went with my friends who also didn't know what they were doing. And I also I was that guy. I was the guy that people would correct in the gym, and I'd be like, whatever, man. Like, I'll do it
I'm
my
buff.
way. When they'd like do proper form, I'm like, but with proper form, I
but-
can't do this much weight.
I'm buff. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
literally. Yeah. So I go to do my portion now. At the time, I only weighed like I'm a beanpole. I'm a really skinny dude, even more so than
Yeah, and really
so I
ugly,
think
too.
I only weighed like 150, 160 pounds, being 6'5", so super
yeah,
skinny.
you're
So I'm like,
super ugly too.
Yeah, I mean, really attractive, chiseled Greek godlike body.
Nah, you ugly, bro. Like you look,
Yeah.
you funny looking. Like you. I'm sorry.
This is the end of that.
That's it. No more podcast.
You know what? I'm gonna go hang out with the other ugly people. Apparently,
Yeah, do that.
All you pretty people think you're better.
Beautiful.
Beautiful people. Anyway, so okay, scrawny Nick's in the center of the mall. It's my turn to go up and do my
All
body weight.
eyes on you.
Yeah, really. And here's the other thing that's even more embarrassing. All the weightlifters that are there who were actual weightlifters who probably saw me sign on this piece of paper to join.
Yeah, probably like, oh.
I was that guy. I was the guy that's like,
hey, that tall dude from tall scrawny dude. We got to see this.
Yeah,
Come on.
so I go to do the max body weight. Now, in my head, I'm calculating. I'm like, I only weigh like 150 pounds. At the gym, when I do bench press, I can max way more than that and whatever. Yeah. And again, so I go to do it and I lift it off, and right away I'm like, oh, it's pretty heavy, pretty heavy. And I go down and I start repping, and I'm doing my reps, and I'm not kidding you. I get like, and I'm trying to go fast, like I'm like snapping out these reps, and I'm getting to like 7, and as I get to 7, I get up, and the guy who's like spotting me grabs the bar and stops, and like I have headphones in, and I like get a headphone out. He goes, you have to go all the way down to your chest, which is proper form. Have not been doing this my entire time working out. I was doing like bending my forearms and going up basically. I was doing half bench press basically all this time. So I get to 7 and he decides to tell me this. And I go, okay, go down to my chest.
You can't.
Couldn't get it back up.
Oh.
Bro.
That's
cringeworthy, bro. It's just, I'm just reliving it. I'm having PTSD.
Cringe.
Yeah, so it was awful.
I believe that.
Yeah,
it's funny how you thought back to that memory and just was overcome with cringe right now.
Yes.
I feel like Facebook memories.
Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up, bro.
Is a treasure trove of cringe. I hate when we're talking about pet peeves, and I hate when I come across one. I'm just like, yo, why did I say that?
Yes. Oh.
Like, it's just like, I swear Facebook memories is like, hey, remember that goofy shit you said? Remember that goofy shit?
Hey, you remember how lame you are?
You remember that goofy shit you said? No, well, here's a little reminder.
My worst ones, so fully honest, I'm coming clean right now. I delete them when they're really embarrassing.
Really?
Deadass.
I should start doing that.
I delete them when they're really embarrassing, but some of mine, the ones that are really embarrassing, I mean, they just get under my skin. Now, I have some weird ones. Like, I'll have ones that when Facebook first started, because it'll date back like 9 years ago, whatever, and I'll have a post from 9 years ago that'll be like, I think I'm going to have a snack pack today. And I'm like, why, bro? Like, you have to tell him. Swear to God, I have ones like that. Like, multiple that'll pop up. It'll just be something random, like I feel like I should.
Bro, I used to now I rarely post anything on
Same.
Facebook, but at that time I would like 10 times a day. Like,
Same, yeah. So
all the time, every thought going through my head.
Well, so those ones weren't as embarrassing to me as the ones that. So I don't know why I got this chip on my shoulder as a rapper, but for like a few years there, I got this disgustingly cringeworthy ego that in my head I was like, I'm a rap god, I'm a goat, I like every, and I didn't like it was
hip hop god.
Yeah, and I had to like let it be known. So I would post this stuff like on Facebook that would like, here, I'll give you one example. Okay, real thing that popped up and I was like, delete. Was I put a list of everything I had released in the most recent years, because for anybody listening who doesn't know, I've dropped a project every year for the past like probably close to 12 years. So I have a lot of material out there.
Years.
A lot of it's old mixtape stuff. Like 6 of my albums are on like iTunes and Spotify. Shameless plug. But
boom.
I posted this list of like things I dropped and what year they came out, and then I posted like when my new album was going to come out. This was only like 2 years ago, bro. That's how embarrassing it is. And then at the very bottom, I said, so when they ask you why I'm a legend, you know why. Like it was, and I
didn't even mean to say that.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. Like, when they ask why I'm a legend, you know why, or something like that. And then I have other ones that were like little things where I'd be like, today, like it's oh god, cringeworthy. They'd be like, today, like some local rappers were saying stuff behind my back, and I heard, and I usually don't try to get involved in beef anymore, but I want you guys to know that I'm not the one to be played with. You know, I don't play when it comes to whatever. And I just read them around. I'm just like, oh.
real rap raw.
Yes, literally. I feel like and it's just I'm just like, delete that. Nope, that doesn't exist any longer. Like.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing up that.
Yes, I absolutely hate that. Another thing that I've had occur that I just want to touch on briefly that, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird with this type of stuff. So shut your ass up. So this happened a long time ago, but it was probably 7-8 years ago. So it was like a holiday or something. The bars were doing all-nighters. I had went out to the mall and got some things to wear for the night. So I'm in the bar later that night, drinking, having a good time, mingling and stuff. And some girl comes up to me and was like, hey, were you at such and such store today? I'm taken aback, like, what? The fuck? I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I worked there and such, and blah, blah, blah. I saw you, blah, blah, blah. And like was briefly talking, and then she like says, I love black men. And I was just like, so? Like, what the fuck? Like, girl, go to hell. Like, what was your goal here? What did you think I was gonna say to
like
that?
You're like, wait a minute, I'm a black man.
I'm attracted to people who look like you. Like, imagine how weird that would be if I went up to a woman and a busty woman and said, hey, I love girls with huge knockers. Well, okay, maybe that's not quite the same thing.
I have a story that I'll tell you quickly.
But let me just finish real quick.
Yeah, you finish yours.
I mean, not much more happened. I just want to touch on it a little bit. So yeah, I was like, or what if I went up to a chick and was like, hey, I love white women. Like, how weird would
you would probably get like there you would be known in like that would spread
like
wildfire.
He's a weirdo. He came up and I was just like, what was your goal with that? And she was not attractive whatsoever. But even if she was, I still would have been turned off by that statement.
And this is just being real. Attractive people do have more leeway when it comes to like communication.
Yeah,
truly. And I'm just saying it out of like stating a fact.
Yeah.
Like think about this. If some really handsome, suave guy, dressed nice, smelled nice, had a nice car, made good money, was like a guy that came into like a store every day that like a bunch of women worked at and was like, good morning, gorgeous, hey, beautiful, whatever. And like, whatever. They'd be like, God, he's so like sweet and charming. But now make that same exact scenario with like a really fat, bald guy and like gross and like
unhygienic. He's a creep.
Yeah, they'd be like, ooh. Like,
he's so creepy.
Exactly. It's attractive people.
I don't know, but I just feel like
we attractive people get special. You wouldn't know anything about this. The Attractive Coalition is going to be mad that I'm putting out this.
I am actually delectable. Thank you. But right. No, even if the girl was attractive, I still think that would have been like, what?
So, quick story that happened to me. This is very awkward. It shook me for a while. I went to Lagoon, okay?
Yeah.
For work, actually. I brought some of my clients there. And I go to Lagoon, and when I go to Laguna Beach in the past, I've either always gone straight to a hotel, actually always, so like Laguna Beach would be the end of the day, so like I wouldn't like shower there and chlorine makes you all itchy, and I just wait till I got to the hotel to shower.
Yeah.
Well, we were driving home that night from Lagoon for work, so I'm like, I'm gonna just shower here, get it out of the way. So I go to shower, okay, and I walk in, and Lagoon has this. It's an amusement park for everybody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's like this big open shower, and a bunch, and there's like 3 other people showering at the time, 3 dudes in there showering, and I go like smack dab in the middle, away from everybody. I'm practicing social distancing. This is before COVID, but you want to social distance in the shower all the time.
Always. Showers and urinals.
Yes. So anyway, I start showering, and I'm in my birthday suit because that's how you shower.
In the
And
nude?
and I'm showering.
In the
And my
nude?
water doesn't get warm, and I'm sitting there trying to get it warm, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. And there's a guy over like 4 or 5 showers down, and I just kind of glance over. I'm like, hey, is your water warm? And he's like, oh yeah, mine's good. And I'm like, okay, mine's kind of a little cold for whatever reason. So I start showering. Well, right after I like spoke to this dude, he just started watching me. And enough to be like noticeable, like creepy noticeable, that I'm like, yo, like the dude's like, he's like washing himself, just like cornered staring at me.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm getting I'm just like, I'm getting bad vibes and stuff like that. And it just doesn't feel right. So I finish my shower, and I hear his turn off. And as I'm like washing my hair, I kind of look out, and I see him coming out of the corner of my eye, walking towards me. Dude's stark naked. I'm stark naked. And he walks up, and he gets close to me, and he goes, hey, if you want, my shower's warm. If you like, you can go use it now. And I was just like, I'm washing my hair. I'm like done. And I was like, I'm good, man. I'm done. And stuff. He goes, okay. And as I'm like sitting there washing my hair, like kind of from the corner of my eye looking at him.
Yeah.
He looks me up and down, swear to God, looks me up and down and goes, you have a really nice cock.
Oh my God.
And I swear to God, and I went, thanks, like, thank you. And so parental advisory.
That's what, like,
so he did that. Well, being honest, it's a funny story. I tell people sometimes, they laugh, but being fully honest, it bugged me. Like, it wasn't funny to me
like
at the time.
sexual
it
harassment,
wasn't
bro.
funny to me at the time.
Absolutely.
I went and changed. I went back to like the changing area and was like looking to make sure he wasn't changing anywhere in there.
That's so creepy.
And so that happened. Well, then I went back and I told my wife, and I was like, God, and I was legit it was one of those like moments where I'm like, man, like that's what that's
flipped out on
well,
him.
here's the thing. I even brought that up, but I'm naked. Like, what am I gonna do? You know, like start a fight naked in the shower. You know, like it's just,
bro, don't fucking look at me. Like,
See, and honestly, I should have just like then I came like bro, like come on, like, but just it was just really off-putting. But like you said,
so
and then I just sat there and like it festered with me that I'm like, man, like where in your right mind do you get away with coming up to somebody, another human being, like in a vulnerable situation? I'm nude, you're nude, like that's not cool.
Why would you just assume like?
Because
he sounds like he's probably a homosexual.
Well, yeah, I'd assume so.
Was whatever, but it's like, why would you just assume that's just
exactly? And like your situation with this female who said that to you, like what did he think was like? I was gonna be like,
oh, you want to touch it?
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, man, what the hell?
Yeah, it was that
very... the too close thing just made me think of something that happened to me today. Talking about pet peeves, still. I'm actually a little worried because I was at the grocery store, had to get some groceries after work today, and for some reason, the lady who was like directing traffic, I got a shitload of groceries in my cart. She sends me to one of the smaller checkouts and takes some old people with less items to her checkout, which was a bigger checkout. Oh, that was weird. But anyway, that's not the strange thing. What happened was I'm getting all my stuff. The checkout thing was so small, like most of my items couldn't fit on the deal. So they had to have 2 carts to, transport stuff. So I'm finishing up. The lady scans like my last couple items, and I go and she hands me something. I put it in the cart, and then go to get to the card machine to pay. The next people that are in line, like the lady steps by the register, like, lady, my transaction's not finished.
I'm still here.
So I moved to do my card stuff, and she like doesn't move. I look at her like, you want to slide over? Like, and then, so I got my phone in there, and I'm like I got my card in the machine, and I'm doing my stuff, and I see like her out the corner. She has her phone out. Oh, she has her phone out, and I see her out the corner of my eye, just like looking at me, like to see if I'm paying attention. And then it didn't click until I'm leaving. I'm like, yo, was she one of them scammers who like will take pictures of cards?
Shit.
And that's what she was doing, and looking to see if I realized what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that till I left, but I'm like, oh, that's really sketchy. Like, she was very close to me, and like, I could see maybe thinking I was done, stepping in the line to do your stuff, and oh, he's not done yet, and then moving.
Yeah, but staying there.
Yeah, staying there, and then
and you visibly being like.
Yeah, and then her getting her phone out, so that was bizarre, but that's definitely a pet peeve. Quick, couple more pet peeves. I don't like the sound of people chewing ice. I don't like that. Don't like the sound of a fork scraping on the plate. Hate it. A fork when somebody clicks against somebody's teeth.
That one I don't
That
like.
one makes me cringe so hard.
You want to know that made me think of?
What?
I don't know why Lucky Charms marshmallows biting into them.
Really?
I don't know why, bro. Because they're like stiff marshmallows.
They are. They're not
like,
soft at all.
Ugh, bro.
Yeah.
And they get stuck in your teeth. Like, yeah, that's what that reminds me of.
That's
like,
crazy. I don't mind those at all.
Lucky Charms
So that I also
things.
got like trypophobia. So anything with like a lot of holes.
That's one of my wife's.
Ooh,
yeah,
gosh.
my wife hates that. One of my weird
But
ones,
not just
I guess
any-
these aren't pet peeves. Some of these are phobias.
Yeah, that's a
I guess.
phobia.
I mean, we can open the subject matter to that, but a weird one for me that's a phobia is this is gonna sound. It's like it goes like hand in hand, but things at a massive scale, if that makes sense. So there's a name for it, but like the ocean horrifies me because it's massive.
Bruh, it is scary.
Yeah,
you don't
ocean
know
horrifies me. But
how
then-
much of it's unexplored.
Exactly, and then with the ocean being like horrifying to me, then you have like ships and stuff. Like so, like there's like pictures that were going on the internet for a while that was like, oh, you might not realize you have this fear, but here you go. But it was like underwater pictures of like ships underwater and their propellers, and I'm talking big old cruise ships, and it was just like a little tiny like. Scuba diver next to a gigantic propeller, and I was like, get me out of here. Yeah, that's a
Get me out of here.
that. Pet peeve though, hypocrites. And I mean blatant hypocrites, like ignorant hypocrites that are like, I can do it, but you can't. It's different when I do it.
It's different, but when
the person I support can do it, but your guy can't. And like,
well, when I smoke cigarettes, I smoke marbles. You smoke Pebbles. It's not.
I cannot stand it.
It's not the same.
And granted, we're all hypocrites to some degree.
To some degree, I feel like we're all hypocrites, and there's a lot of double standards. We'll have to touch on double standards on another episode. But one more thing, a couple more pet peeves I could think of. I don't like to hear people pee, and I don't like people to hear me pee. I don't want you to hear me tinkling in the toilet. I feel like it's private.
That's fair.
So like if I'm somewhere and there's people around, you know how you take a leak, you pee on the side of the bowl.
Yes.
So it don't make as much noise. I do
You can always
that.
just cut out the middleman and just sit down and pee, bro.
I mean, that's not necessary. But another thing is, I hate when somebody has a loud ass phone conversation in a quiet room full of people. That's happened at my job a lot. Just like, bro, you don't want to step outside, like
working quiet and like.
Even if you don't care, like respect me. Yeah. I don't want to hear your shit.
Especially if it's like an argument. That's awkward.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. An argument. I had a friend one time. I won't say any names, but him and his girlfriend on the way home from a guy's trip. They had this, I'm talking, bro, like 2-hour grueling argument in the car. On the phone, and it was like cringeworthy, and it was like, and then what sucked for me, my other buddy, because it was the three of us, we just had to sit there.
I feel like
we just had to sit there, and I'm ignorant, bro, so I kept making comments.
Oh gosh,
like I'd say something to my buddy, like, oh sure, it's fun sitting in the car, listening to a fight, whatever.
Yeah,
and he'd
like.
Shut up.
Oh God! Yeah, see, and stuff. I hate that. Well, that would never happen to me because I'm gonna keep it private. We ain't doing no public fights and conversations and all that. We're gonna deal with it in private. And then on top of that, like I hate for somebody to hear something they weren't supposed to. Like, oh, well, you didn't say that when you was eating my ass last night. It's like, oh, you gonna throw that out there? Stop.
And that's how you got pink eye.
And that's why you
gotta go.
And that's why you couldn't get hard last night because you was drinking too much. So I read things like that are why I like to keep those sort of things.
Good luck finding somebody else who sucks your toes.
Wait, no.
I gotta go. I am a little guilty of I get yelled at by my wife a lot. Now I don't do it in like an openly public forum all the time, but I am really bad at answering my phone on speaker.
Oh gosh,
I don't know why. But I'll answer it on speaker, and I'll walk through Walmart like with my phone on speaker.
Nope.
My wife doesn't like it.
Nope.
What I need to do is just have my headphones on all the time because I don't know why. I just don't like holding my phone in my ear.
That's different.
It's just weird.
Yeah. So that's a pet peeve. Holding my phone to my ear is a pet peeve.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really chaps my ass?
That's what the second one was. Chaps my ass.
Chaps my ass. I did
right,
that voice too many times in this episode.
I like how that's like that voice is like 9 different characters.
It is. Yeah, I need more voices.
I need more voices. Maybe I can start doing the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Tower of Power. The Macho Man, the big elbow dropper.
You sound like Randy Savage if he was reading like a bedtime story. Because it sounds enough like him, but it doesn't have the same like punch and gravitas. So it's like if he was like trying to read a nursery rhyme.
I'll work on it.
I am the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion. I'll beat Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5. Hulk Hogan will never survive.
You got a future.
Oh gosh, man! I used to love Macho Man though, but all right. So I think it's time that we wrap this thing up.
It up. All right, so I'm gonna do the outro. I'm nailing it today. So peace and blessings.
Blessings.
I would like to say thank you to everybody who has listened and supported thus far. Again,
thank you.
Feedback and
Love
commentary is always greatly appreciated.
Send me some booty pics. They're good for my stress levels. Not you.
You want me to?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'll delete those.
I'm talking to the women, ladies.
So, I am Nicholas Fletcher.
I am the impeccable, respectable, oftentimes
How you
delectable
bro?
Jaquan Davis.
How you gonna come in? I'm Nicholas Fletcher, and I'm the great and fantastic, debonair, dashing.
I'm sorry, I won't say anything else from here on out. You got it.
So, you have been tuned into another episode of the Young Old Head podcast. This is a hip-hop centric podcast where we talk a little bit about everything and a lot about nothing.
You said you was going to nail it. I don't know why you...
I flip it every time.
Well, that works. Whatever.
Every time. You know, I did it on purpose.
Yeah,
thanks for tuning in. And until next time, bye.
Peace.